Welcome to Initiate Swarm Protocol. I am Doomsayer.
I'm Darth Wingamuck.
And what are we talking about in this video?
McFarlane DC Multiverse figures.
Let's start the show.
Todd McFarlane, the creator of Spawn, has been making toys since the 90s. Well, he started doing the DC Multiverse, and that incorporates the comics, the movies, the cartoons, and the video games. So we're going to talk about some of our favorite characters. I got my first one. I got Batman from Arkham Asylum, which is one of my favorite games.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely a cool looking figure. These are really detailed.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Average size about 8 inches, 7 inches, 7, 8.
Yeah.
Costs about $20. My next one, another Batman from the great Batman the Animated Series. Had to get that one. That might have been the first one I ever bought, actually.
Long live Kevin Conroy. I know you're a big
That's
Kevin
right.
Conroy fan,
He
and
died
he just
last
passed
week.
away. Sorry to hear that. One of my figures is, and I'm a huge fan of this besides Batman, but the Flash. Love the Flash. This Flash is actually from the it's the Mortal Kombat versus DC universe that they had years and years ago. I think it was like 12, 13 years ago. But very detailed, like Darth sat there and said, you actually have the little gold kind of like lightning bolt flames coming off the side. Awesome, awesome character.
They don't feel cheap at all.
No.
Either.
They're nicely constructed. And like you sat there and said, how detailed they are.
For $20.
Hell yeah. Listen, you can find some of these, like we'll get into later, the Dark Knight's Metal. You can find some of these for like $10, $11 on Amazon.
I got Superman in the black suit.
Ooh.
Because I missed out on the normal Superman, but it's from Superman the Animated Series,
Okay.
which I like too. That's a good show. But I missed out on the normal Superman. Had to get the black suit variant. But little trivia. You know who voiced Superman on the Superman Animated Series?
No.
That was Tim Daly.
But now that I've settled in Metropolis, it's going to be impossible to keep a low profile. It's not just that. Suddenly people are calling me Superman.
What?
And do you know who that is?
The name sounds really familiar.
That's Joe from the show Wings.
It is?
That's who voiced Superman. Yeah.
What?
Thought that was very little bit of trivia there. Very interesting.
Oh, wow. I got to make sure I have something in there in that. Okay. I was talking about Dark Knight's Metal. One of the Dark Knight Metal Batmans. He very different. He actually on his gloves and forearm has spikes coming down, and kind of like the wings they're like razor blades. He also carries knives on the side of his utility belt in that. Very kind of dark, especially with the comic, the way that the comic came off in that. Very dark. Again, very detailed. He also has some weapons on the back of his cape. It's a gold batarangs. I don't have them in here, but I'll make sure I have pictures and that stuff because they'll get lost.
I got the Demon Etrigan, one of my favorite DC characters ever. I'm going to say this is a modern design. That definitely does not look like the 90s.
No.
But Etrigan made a very cool appearance in season 4 of Batman the Animated Series. Comes and he has like giant spikes on his arms too.
Yeah.
Very detailed, Cool design. Comes with a giant sword.
Did you get yours before I got mine? I think
No,
you did.
You got yours.
I did?
And I was supposed to get mine in October, but here it was December. I still didn't get mine, and I went to Walmart and they had it, and I'm like, well, I'm just buying it.
Oh, wow.
So
I always thought that you had yours before me. Next character I got. Huge fan. I would love to try and get the hot toy for it. But McFarlane did an incredible job. It's Deathstroke from the Batman Arkham City game. Again, really detailed in the color, the blue and the orange, kind of like a shiny orange. The swords that he actually has a handgun on the side, grenades, things like that. Incredible piece.
I got Martian Manhunter.
Oh, that's another one I wanted to get.
See, I know Martian Manhunter
Yeah.
from Justice League. Cool character. Definitely a cool character.
Have you ever read the comic books?
No.
Oh,
I'm
my
more familiar
God.
with the cartoons, movies, video games, obviously. But cool character. Like he can like walk through walls, fly. Can he control people with his mind? Or read people's minds?
I think he can read people's minds.
Change shape.
Yes, I was just about to say that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I noticed he doesn't come with any accessories because I guess he's such a
He's actually on my
badass-
list.
badass character. I
Oh,
guess he
hell
doesn't
yeah.
need
Really
anything.
powerful in the DC universe.
Very powerful. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, another Dark Knight's metal character, and it's another variation of Batman. I do want to sit there, and I'll make sure I get enough pictures of all this stuff. If anybody actually likes The Punisher, this reminds me so much of The Punisher, but it's Batman.
Oh, that's cool. Got the guns.
Oh my God, I don't have him here, but he comes with a grenade launcher. He comes with a submachine gun. All the guns that are on the back of, on his back, an AK, an M16, all that stuff. But it's another variation of the Dark Knight's Metal comic. Anybody wants a really good read, check it out. There's 3 thick books, graphic novels. Check it out. Very interesting. Very good.
I'm going to say that Batman kills people.
Yes.
By,
Definitely.
by piles, I'm going to say.
You could definitely take the weapons in the back. Yeah. Oh.
My next one, I got Scarecrow from Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
That is a wicked looking figure. Got a noose around his neck. Got the cloak up.
Mm-hmm.
The needles on his fingers. I saw this. I ordered it immediately. Like, I had to get... Scarecrow has always been a cool character in everything I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's one of your favorite characters.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring this up, the character, and I'll make sure I have a picture of it. There's 2 different ones. I have a different McFarlane one. This was released years ago, but it doesn't have, like I was telling you before, with the hood up.
Yeah.
It actually has the hood down, and he's kind of like running. But the way it's detailed with the fingers, the needles for the fingers and everything,
Yeah.
I'll make sure to have pictures of that. Last character from Dark Knight's Metal, and that is the Batman who laughs. And if anybody, again, read the comic book, there's a Batman. It's a variation of Batman, but it's the Joker. And he's the one that is kind of controlling the whole story in Dark Knight's Metal and that stuff. But his... Batman's face has, the big giant grin with the red lipstick and that stuff, has the bat horns, but then the eyes are like, what the hell would you call that? That was those bands with the spikes that went on your hand, right? Around here?
I don't know what that would be.
But it's kind of like the old wristbands that had the spikes on them.
Kind of like a crown. But it's over his eyes.
Over his eyes and that stuff. And, he's dressed just like Batman, but it's looking more like the Joker. But Dark Knight's Metal, great figure.
I got Batman Beyond from the cartoon Batman Beyond. That was a great cartoon.
Oh, yeah.
Cool intro. Always thought that was a cool intro. The Batman Beyond design, very demonic looking. Like how his ears were up higher. He had like small wings instead of a cape.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
I
I just remembered who did the voice of Batman Beyond was the older brother. I forget his name, but it was the older brother on Boy Meets World.
Ryder something.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
I'll-
I try not to think it will be here.
I'll make sure I put that
You
in
were gonna
there, though.
ask something?
So I was going to say I really never got into the comic book from Batman Beyond. I don't know why, but I just the show was I didn't watch a whole bunch of episodes, but I got more into the show than I did the comic book.
The
I don't know
show was
why.
good. I remember a lot of the villains weren't as good
Yeah.
as the original Batmans, but it was still a good late 90s. No, that might have been early 2000s.
Early 2000s?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Next figure I got, excuse me, is the Red Hood. And this is the Red Hood from the Batman series Three Jokers. Comes with a crowbar. His reddish suit is very, very shiny and that stuff. I actually do not have this one taken out of the box, but I did want to sit there and say a lot of the McFarlane figures, which I actually just took notice, come kind of with a trading card in the back,
Oh,
which is
yeah.
actually pretty cool in that stuff. But yeah,
I never noticed that.
yeah,
Yeah. It's in
that's
there.
actually pretty cool in the trading cards, and that's I got to make sure maybe I can get some pictures of that. But very detailed. I love the Red Hood. Everything.
Red Hood is the second Robin.
Yeah, he's the one that came that
Joker killed with a crowbar.
Yeah,
Is that why he carries the crowbar?
Tim Drake. Yes,
Yeah.
in the Three Jokers. I think it's Tim Drake, and he was put in. What's the guy that we'll be here all day for that one. I'll put that in the video.
I got one of my favorite characters, Batman villains of all time, a 10-inch Clayface. Very cool character. His episode on Batman the Animated Series, that blew my mind when I saw that the first time. When he's fighting Batman and every swing he takes with his arms turned into a different weapon. Like a spike, a mace, a hatchet, a brick wall. Like he actually punches Batman and it's a brick wall. Always thought that was cool, but definitely the figure, that's kind of really, that's neat looking. That's a good figure.
I did get mine
Got some-
after.
That got some weight to it.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
Next one, if anybody saw the new Batman movie back in March, went out and saw this figure. I liked the movie. I didn't think it was great, but I do want to go back and watch it again because it wasn't in theater and that stuff and didn't get the experience. But the Riddler character in that from the new Batman movie comes with a chisel type weapon in that, has the big question mark patch on the front of the jacket. His face is all covered in that mask that he was wearing. Again, incredible stuff from McFarlane.
I got Killer Croc from Arkham Asylum. All the character designs in Arkham Asylum were awesome.
Oh yeah.
Like that's another 10-inch figure. Very detailed. No accessories because I figured they were in an asylum. So he didn't need them. But remember that part in Arkham Asylum when he smacked up against, when you go in to look through the door with the glass and he smacks his face up against it? You remember that part? And he kind of like bangs it and he's like, I smell you. Like, yeah, definitely a cool figure. As soon as I saw that, I had to have that one too.
I do want to order that. The last two that I got come from the James Gunn Suicide Squad movie. And the first one is Bloodsport. And this is Idris Elba's character in that, but comes with two swords. I'm gonna leave this one accessory to the very next character I have, but the face has that skull looking face on it, the black and the orange, kind of a little bit different variant from what Deathstroke is in there, but very cool character.
Another one I got, another personal favorite character, the Man Bat. That figure is awesome looking.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't even describe how awesome that is. You got to get pictures for this one. But Man Bat, he was in, what game was he in? Arkham Knight. He was in Arkham Knight. He was cool in that. And he was in the first episode ever. He was the villain in Batman the Animated Series. I'm pretty sure he was in the first episode. The episode starts all with him flying. If I remember that right. But great looking figure. The wings coming off of the arms. Another 10-inch figure.
That would actually scare the hell out of my son.
That
thing
is wicked looking.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, when I get my bonus money, I got to go out and get that. I have to get that. Last figure that I have is, if anybody, again, it's another character from James Gunn's Suicide Squad. There was a TV show on HBO Max, a very good TV show. I loved it. It's Peacemaker. John Cena plays Peacemaker in that. Comes with his sword and also his, I don't know if that's a 50 caliber handgun, but the thing that I wanted, the other accessories that you do get with this, if you get Bloodsport, Peacemaker, you have Polka Dot Man and Harley Quinn, you sit there and you say, well, what about King Shark? Well, when you do get those other figures, King Shark, pieces of King Shark actually come with each of those characters, so you can just take them out of the box and put King Shark together. And you bought 4 characters, and you got a 5th one basically for nothing. But King Shark does come with it. But Peacemaker, great look.
I got the Arkham Knight from the video game Arkham Knight. Kind of like a, how would you describe that? Like a cyborg Batman ninja type deal. Did you ever play Arkham Knight?
No. Wait, no. I played the first, I think, about 2.5 hours of it.
I could be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure that's Red Hood.
Ooh.
Not to give away any spoilers there, but yeah, that's Red. So yeah, you never played.
He
it.
almost looks like, reminds me of Snake Eyes. In a way, from
kinda.
G.I. Joe a little bit. When you sat there and said about the ninja in that. Now, see, this is I'm glad we do all this.
Kind of reminds me of Raiden from Metal Gear Solid Revengeance.
Oh,
he
really?
was in part 4. Yeah, he was like a half, well, obviously half, but he was like a cyborg type deal. But this guy's not a cyborg. That's a suit.
Right.
Yeah. And then my last one.
Another
great character, 10 inches, detailed as all hell. Swamp Thing. I used to read a lot of Swamp Thing as a kid. Like, that's, other than horror comics, that's basically, and Turtle comics, that's basically all I read. But great character, huge. It might actually be bigger than 10 inches.
I want that so bad.
Yeah.
Between that, Killer Croc, and Man Bat, I want those 3 figures.
Now, the big figures are like 40, which are totally worth it. But then the little ones, they're only 20, which they're really worth it too. But yeah, and that's detail with the roots, like bark on there.
Really detailed.
Really detailed. I always liked, I've been looking for a really good Man-Thing figure. I always really liked Man-Thing too.
I'm kind of, you know what? I wonder why Marvel, and McFarlane used to work for Marvel and that stuff. Why wouldn't Marvel go out and say, hey, you know what? You designed these figures for DC. Why don't you do it, for us? Because I'm going to tell you what, the Marvel figures, they're not close to what McFarlane puts out and that stuff. Yeah. I mean, those are awesome figures in that stuff.
Yeah, these are amazing figures. Definitely, if anybody's into Batman in the slightest, Just go out and get your favorite character, throw it on a shelf.
I want to actually throw two things out there. This one thing, with Darth being a big Swamp Thing fan, he's also a huge Man Thing fan. I remember in junior high school, you reading tons of Man Thing comics and that stuff. That, and then also, McFarlane also does Halo, Mortal Kombat, things like that. Just check out his whole entire line.
He does a lot of stuff.
I mean, just not having the figures, but then he has the movies.
Spawn.
He doesn't he have his own? Isn't Image his own comic book company?
Yep.
So if you get a chance, check out a ton of McFarlane stuff. Just Google him; it'll bring it all up, and you'll be impressed.
That about does it for this video. I'm Darth.
I'm Doomsayer.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.